Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 74 of the Local to Global. Now, this is probably, I would say, in my opinion, probably the most hyped episode I think I've done on the series so far. Obviously, first of all, may as well show you. Size. We looked at it at the end of last episode. You could tell by the title of last episode as well. We are 76 popularity in Alberta. We are literally 1 point away from going up to big size, which is essentially putting us at a national level where, we will hopefully, be winning some national battles against CWA. Although they seem to have really picked up their game over this last month, really. So I think we need to have a big end of year, shall we say, once we do actually go up to big size. Anyway, the other thing that we have to mention is one ring to rule them all. We've got the tournament, a big annual tournament, of course, previous winner, Aldous Blackfriar. As you can see there, we've got the beautiful sort of skull ring, which essentially was sort of, it's hard to say, but it was kind of designed or based around Aldous Blackfriar being that first ever winner of the tournament, and honestly, it just looks really cool. So yeah. Now, we do have a few things I want to do first and foremost, and it's a lot of signing stuff. So at the end of last episode, we got the ACPW altering their terms, which I don't really think we need to worry about. Yeah, it's kind of CWA that we have to worry about. But as you can see at the moment, they're still not being seriously considered. So what I want to do is just go 1 day at a time, even though we only have 2 days to progress through. But interesting that ACPW, they really don't want to lose him either. So it's a pretty interesting one. As far as Mark Griffin goes, I think we're going to hold off on signing him. At the moment, he doesn't have CWA re-signing him. They're not in negotiations, so it's likely that his contract with them is basically just going to run out anyway. So, the thought process behind it is, if we can't get Robbie, then there's no real point in getting Mark Griffin, because we won't have that legitimate tag team. Of course, the Griffin family, which we so desperately would like to have. As you can see, 52 experience, not too bad, but we could definitely use a sort of experienced, really talented tag team to continue to push our tag division further and further up the card. They're sort of getting into that, that upper mid-card level. Guys like Young and Wasted, LA Stars as well, doing really well. And then, of course, we've had, just some really good matches with the Rock City Stars. Is it Rock City Stars? Yeah, the Rock City Stars. And who else? I mean, the Moneymakers had a really good title reign as well back in the day. And, yeah, of course, we've got lots of iterations of the Disciples of Darkness. Anyway, let's go 1 day at a time. Like I said, I think actually, because we're going to sign other people, which is going to heavily relate to a new stable, which will kind of come into effect, I hope, next episode, but maybe the episode after. So next episode it's going to be the road to final chapter, if I can get my words out correctly. Obviously, final chapter is our big sort of... It's the end of year, shall we say. The end of year... I don't want to call it a WrestleMania or a All Out or anything like that, but it's essentially our second most prestigious event that we do have. And it is where we sort of culminate a full year of our company's progress. Anyway, we've got Charles Hapstander here. Not really interested. Pretty terrible referee, as you can see there. Only 69 refereeing. And yeah, still no real change in the contract offers. So it looks like we might be able to get Robbie Griffin. And like I said, if we can get him, I'll be pretty happy. Because we'll then go and get Mark as well, his brother. And we'll have a really legitimate tag team coming in as well. So let's just go 1 day at a time. I've got a nice little piece of paper here. I won't give too much away, but it's the it's the tournament plans. Now, I kind of changed my mind because I wanted to run sort of a bigger tournament. But I've decided to just go for like well, we're going to have a qualifier to start the show off. We're then going to have our first round matches, and then followed that by just a semi-final and then the final. So it's only going to be 3 rounds long, but I was kind of thinking about what would be the best strategy. And 3 matches for the 2 competitors in the finals is probably just the right amount before they're going to be burnt out. Now, I would like to do a 20-minute final match as the main event. And I think could be a bit of a problem. So I'm thinking we do 8-minute matches in the first round, maybe 10-minute matches in the semi-final, and then, like I said, that 20-minute match to top us off and find out who will actually be in that main event or final chapter. Again, no updates on that, so that's strange because usually we would have to go in pretty hard against CWA if we were trying to steal one of their talents, but it really doesn't look like they care all that much. Anyway, we get to use our new pay-per-view providers. We've got Premier Pay TV Canada, of course. We've got Demand TV in Mexico, and unfortunately, we are still with UDemand over in the US. So yeah, we'll chuck it on those 3. There was a comment sort of talking about the broadcaster, our own broadcaster, the Coalition Network. And it does kind of make sense that we're essentially, well, we're giving the pay-per-view away for free. So in theory, it would make sense that we're losing money from the pay-per-view buys. But then I sort of started to think to myself, we're only getting 25% of the revenue from these 2 deals, right? This deal's 30%. We still get pay-per-view buys from all 3 of those. And then, of course, we get 100% of the revenue that does come from our commercial internet site. So basically, we're getting 100% revenue of that. Not sure if it would outweigh. I'm really curious about that. If someone wants to run an experiment, let me know. I would love to find that information out. But I'm not sure. I think, obviously, down the line, we're going to create our own sort of pay-per-view broadcaster. But I think at the moment, I want to just focus with our coverage for the commercial, and we just want to get it up to a medium level for all the other regions, and then start to get, I guess, very big in the US would probably be the smartest decision going forward, because in theory it would likely make our Hawaii and Puerto Rico popularity grow just that little bit faster. Anyway, Backstage Incidents. We've got Ozzy Darkstein and his protege Robin Newman passing on some tips on the microphone. Got a similar sort of thing here. Yeah, Angry Gilmore passing on tips on the microphone to David Stone, which will actually be pretty helpful for the pay-per-view. And then we got John Greed as well, also passing on tips on the microphone to his protege Charlie Corner. So yeah, good stuff there. Really good stuff, actually. You love to see the protege-mentor relationships coming off like that. Probably could have used Kavanaugh for this tournament. If we were running the bigger tournament, he would have probably been involved. But yeah, he's going to miss out. And honestly, I don't really care. Also, this pay-per-view, it's kind of a tough one because I'm not really too sure what to do. I want to obviously have Logan maybe be at ringside again for the final, which this is going to be hard to book, actually, without going black screen for the whole tournament. But kind of thinking of how I should do this. Let's I guess, book down the line, and then everything will slowly start to be revealed to you guys. However, I will book the final, the main event on black screen, just so you guys get a very nice surprise with our main event, because it's going to be quite a decent match, and obviously one person in particular breaking through a bit of a threshold has greatly impressed me, and definitely deserves a title reign, I feel like, in the near future again. Yeah, again. All right, so first round. This is going to be the pre-first round, shall we say, the qualifier. We're going to do Tommy Cornell taking on Storm Spillane. Now, of course, Storm Spillane was essentially supposed to be involved in this tournament. However, due to the fact that, we kind of culled the numbers down a little bit, it's not going to happen for our boy Storm. And Tommy Cornell is going to pull off a nice little upset victory there. Going to be decisive. We'll probably give Tommy a... Actually, you know what? No, it's not going to be decisive, because we're going to continue with our storyline that we've been running. Let's have outside interference onto Storm Spillane by Marvel. It has kind of been our storyline that we've been going with. So there we go. Obviously, it's a tainted victory, but it's not exactly Tommy Cornell cheating to win. It's more the opposite way around. Like Storm, just, he's made an enemy out of Marvel Malloy, who used to be his best friend. Anyway, moving on. So our first round match, the first official round match, shall we say, is going to be Jackpot Jordan taking on Davis Wayne Newton. This match very well could do some extreme stuff, to be honest. And our winner is indeed going to be Jackpot Jordan. I feel like he pretty much has to win this match. He's got 90 popularity to Davis's 87. And again, poor Davis. He's the GOAT. He'll always be the GOAT in our eyes. But it's just a little bit unfortunate that he just cannot break through his popularity barrier at the moment. All right, so that'll go there. Tommy Cornell's going on first. We'll probably give maybe Davis a promo there. I want to give a lot of promos out because the only other matches on the actual card that we're doing is the women's title match between Laura and Amber, and then, of course, the World Tag Team titles, which is just the Texas Express taking on Young and Wasted. So, yeah, the tournament is essentially going to be the rest of the show. We might give the women an angle as well. Anyway, next match, we have David Stone. And he'll be taking on this is an interesting matchup, actually. He'll be versing Mutant. Now, again, with the shortened sort of tournament, it does mean that Mutant's going to kind of pick up a loss here straight away, essentially. Actually, you know what? We can blend another storyline. I just kind of realized that. A lot of these first round matches can be real sort of storytelling, things that are definitely going to advance our storylines going into final chapter. So yeah, Mutant is going to be attacked by Aussie Darkstein. You know what? We might even actually have... Let's have Aldous at ringside for this one as well. So Aldous is going to witness Darkstein come and attack Mutant. And that actually just gets Aldous Blackfire on the actual show, which will be nice. This one we can just go for Angry Gilmore. Not a problem. Next match, we have the one and only Mobstar, of course, former Unified World Champion. And Mobstar will be taking on Giant Brody. Again, kind of wish that Brody had another match before this one, or at least going into it, just so he could get a win under his belt. But I'm hoping between him, Mutant, and Tommy Cornell, that being in these matches against these high quality opponents is going to put on such a good show that their popularity will hopefully rise at least a little bit going into final chapter next month. This one, pretty obvious. Mobstar getting the victory. We'll make this one decisive. Big giant Brody. Not going to be a very good day at the office for him, unfortunately, but without a doubt, he will bounce back. And of course, that leaves us with our final match, where we have Tommy Cornell taking on Maddie Faith. Now, this could be a pretty cool match as well. This whole tournament, there's just a lot of, really interesting matchups, real high level sort of matchups as well. Okay. There we go. All right. Then we let's book the rest of the show. So let's book the women's match. Amber Allen taking on Laura Flame. We'll give this 12 minutes because we might actually be struggling a little bit for time. I think I did make this pay-per-view 3 hours. I might have even made it 3.5. I can't remember because I did initially want to run with that bigger tournament. But I did think that it's going to affect the main event too much and essentially cause it to bomb. So I've decided not to do it. Anyway, the women's match, we are going to have an interesting bit of interference in this one as well, which is going to set up a nice little match going into to final chapter. So it'll be tainted. Let's have outside interference finish onto Amber. This one's going to be by Erin Gray. Erin Gray is going to cost Amber Allen her #1 contendership in the title match. There we go. Kind of wondering what that might exactly mean. You know, like does it mean that Erin's now aligning herself with Laura? I mean, we'll have to, I guess, go to the next episode and find out. But at the moment, it's kind of a little bit strange, And of course, Erin is kind of more of a heel compared to a face. All right, up next, let's go to the semifinals, I guess. So our first semifinal is David Stone and Mobstar. Where is he? There he is, David Stone taking on Mobstar. I mean, this match right here. Kind of the reason why I wanted to give it maybe 10 minutes. Let's have a look at both these guys' stamina. So 74 stamina for Mobstar. Terrible. David is 94. Bit of an Iron Man, so very interesting stuff there. Anyway, doesn't matter too much because the winner is going to be Mobstar. Mobstar going into the final. Like I said, gave a few little hints away. But this should be a great match. Anyway. Seriously good match. I mean, they're all going to be good matches. I don't really know what I'm talking about at the moment. I'm going to say it pretty much for every single match that I book at this point. Then, of course, that leaves us with our second semi-final. We got Maddie Faith taking on Jackpot Jordan. Again, looking forward to this one as well. I have no idea how it's going to go. Let me just check both these guys' stamina. So 76 there for Jackpot. And I'm assuming Maddie Faith is about the same. Yeah, 74. Kind of the reason why. I knew they were pretty low. I'm pretty impressed by David Stone's, his tank, what he's got in his tank. But yeah, but the rest of these guys, they're not the most, fit in the world, shall we say. Anyway, the winner of this one got to be your boy Jackpot Jordan. He's got more popularity than both David and Maddie Faith at this point, so it does just sort of make sense. Okay, there's that one. All right, and then we'll book the World Tag Team title match. I was thinking about maybe doing like a TLC match, but we might actually save that for final chapter. And of course, we've got Young and Wasted, the current tag team champions, taking on Texas Express. Go 12 minutes. We'll go 12. And the winner of this one is indeed going to be Cooper Christie. So Texas Express are going to win the tag team titles. However, it is not without outside interference. We've got Tavon Blake Jr., of course, getting involved. Yeah, he'll interfere against... well, he can interfere against both of them, I guess. And, yeah, there we go. Very interesting match. I wasn't really kind of expecting that one to kind of go down that way. I'm going to make it the storytelling as well, because we need a storytelling match, really. And that'll go on before the main event. I like that a lot. All right, so here's black screen real quick. Of course, I'll book in the main event. Make sure I put the tournament title on the line as well. And of course, it is going to be Mobstar taking on Jackpot Jordan. And this one, I mean, 20 minutes. We're going to script it just to hopefully not get the scripting penalty. But either way, it should be a classic. I could see this one getting another 98 for us, to be honest. Will it break the 100 or a 99 perhaps even? Probably not. But you know what? It's fine. Not really too worried about it. Yeah, it's going to be, well, it is what it is, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I mean, I'm curious to just kind of see how it's going to go, if I'm being honest. I'm really looking forward to this main event in particular. Just double checking it just to make sure that everything is sorted out. All right, I think we're good. Let me bring you guys back as I move it down the screen to the main event slot. Kind of a little bit strange sort of booking. Well, usually I book backwards with the main event first, so yeah. All right, I'm kind of interested to maybe do something a little bit different as well. So for this show in particular, I want to have Mobstar and Jackpot. I'm going to go overness for both of them. I think overness. I'm not sure about the length on overness. I'm only going to go. Should we go 4 minutes? I can't do it. I can't do overness. I really wanted to just then, but I can't do it. That's Jack Jackson. That would have been real bad. Luckily, I noticed. Anyway, there's our unified world title storyline. Both of them going to go at it. Going to bump it up to 8 minutes as well. And auto-name that again, because it's not Jack Jackson. I mean, I was lucky to actually pick up on that, because usually I probably wouldn't. There we go. Anyway, angles. So Tommy Cornell's first. Tommy. Oh, Tommy. We'll give him 8. 8 or 6. I think I want to go 8. I really do. How much time? Yeah, we've got heaps of time left. All right. So then we're essentially just going to give everybody a promo before their match, really. So we'll give Davis 8 minutes. Fine, that'll be before his match. We'll go David instead of Mutant, I think, for this one. Although Mutant would probably do a pretty decent job. I do want to go for Brody. So we'll give Brody his here. Again, 8 minutes kind of seems like too much for Brody. But at this point, it's kind of going to be like it's going to be an angle with like maybe a highlights package before they actually cut their angle. Or at least before the match. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Basically, within the 8 minutes, it's going to be a promo backstage, essentially, by themselves. And of course, that sort of highlights package showing exactly what they've got to show. And then to finish us off in the first round of promos, just Maddie Faith. We already gave Tommy an angle, so we shall give Maddie one as well. Probably should have kept an eye out on who was road agenting these angles. Let me just double check that one. Kavanaugh, we don't want it to be Kavanaugh. This one is Monson, that's fine. Monson, that's fine. Kavanaugh, no. Go Gilmore for that one. All right, Amber Allen. All right, let's just go with this. Let's go Laura Flame. Go Laura. I guess let's just go. Laura, Doc, and then Aaron as well. This will kind of be the start of this particular angle, I guess. All three can have some success because they are all in the same storyline. All right, so we'll chuck this one down here as well. Don't want to sort of losing track of it. There's a lot of different segments on this show. Where are we up to next? We've got, I guess, the Mobstar angle, and then we'll go for a Jackpot angle, because they're going to have the combined one, but I would like to have them have separate ones as well. Might be a bit of a stretch with angle times, to be honest. A little bit worried about that. Because, again, our show has to predominantly be, you know, matches over angles. So let's just see with this this last angle here, because we can reduce some people's angles, such as Davis. We could drop down Brody. We could drop down Tommy. We could drop down to 6 minutes. Just because, yeah, see, we are slightly getting that penalty. So we're going to need to drop them down. We could also add a little bit more time to the other matches as well. Give them an extra 2 minutes or so. Whose angle did I just do? Jackpot, this one. There we go. Okay. So Young and Wasted not going to get an angle for themselves, but that's fine, because that'll, I guess, it's already being split up quite nicely from the semi-final to the main event there. However, we do need to reduce a little bit of time on these angles, so let's do that real quick. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Kind of want Tommy's to... Let's do this. Go Tommy to 8 minutes, and then Brody's will drop down to 6. And, yeah, I mean, that works. It works. And we might even... Just for the boys, let's give them 13 minutes there as well. Should be pretty good. Alright, so next thing we need to do is a pre-show battle royale. And it is basically going to be for the #1 contendership for the Canadian title. Now, as you can see, current champion, of course, Jack Jackson. Not going to be involved. However, we will put in quite a few other sort of impressive workers as well. I think a 15-man's probably where we want it to be at. Yeah, I think 15's pretty good. So, I also need to actually go back and change. I forgot to put Logan at ringside for the main event, so I got to do that real quick. But let's go Gonzalez, Marvel, Hocking, Papaswal, Robin DeLay, chuck in Spencer. Tavon can go in, because Tavon will kind of be the enforcer of the match. Sono obviously involved in the actual storyline itself as well. Graham's involved. Who else is kind of involved? Gary Walker needs to be in there as well. That's 10 competitors. We need another 5. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we can find another 5 guys. I thought, yeah, Chester can go in. I'll go Patriot in there as well. Island Boy Apollo. All these guys, you know, of course, are very good. You know what? Charlie Corner's going in as well. You guys wanted me to push Charlie a little bit, try and get him up to the mid-card level. Well, Charlie's in the Rumble match. The Battle Royale, shall we say. Just looking at this, I mean, who else could we maybe throw in? You know what we're going to do? Everybody thought he was dead. But John Greed is going to return. There we go. Let's just we'll give it 20 minutes. Battle Royale. Monton, Quincy. Looks pretty good to me. Anyway, I'm actually going to go black screen. We're going to go black screen for a little bit here. Because I don't want you guys to see the winner of this Battle Royale. I guess I could actually put this on the show. I didn't really think about that. But it is going to be on the show. And it's going to be, I guess, a very sort of unexpected winner as well. Which will be hopefully a little bit exciting for you guys. Finalists, let's go for these people. Go for you. And then let's go for you. Most eliminations. Kind of an interesting one, most eliminations. Actually, you know what? It's a pretty easy one now that I think about it. Anyway. There we go. That one's booked. Pretty happy with it as well, actually. Apparently, Gary Walker is furious at the match. So, as you can tell, Gary Walker is not going to win the match. Because he wouldn't be furious otherwise. Still furious. Interesting. So that's a bit of a problem. I don't know why he's furious. He doesn't have that much popularity. I don't really care if he's furious at the moment, to be honest. What do we do? What do we do? I mean, do I try and protect him? I guess I'll try and protect him as well. I know we're still in black screen, but I don't want to give this result away. Now Graham Gorman's furious as well. So I'm gonna have to keep about 10 different people strong. But obviously Graham's not gonna win it either. And we're gonna have to protect him as well. There we go. Lovely. Two biggest whingers in the company, perhaps. Oh, Graham's actually still furious. Okay, well, Graham can go screw himself, basically. Yeah, I don't care about Graham right now. I mean, John Greed's also unhappy, but we might be able to fix John Greed. So many problems with this match here. Anyway, John. Hawking's extremely unhappy as well. Papa Swole. I mean, basically everybody in this match looks pretty upset. I might put it on the pre-show. Because I'm keeping so many people strong. It's a little bit ridiculous. Where are we? Keep you strong. I think you needed to be kept. I mean, may as well just keep basically everybody in the whole match strong at this point. Except for Graham, because Graham just going to be a bit of a dick, really. Let's have a look at that. Is that everybody? I did that person. Okay, I'm having a lot of issues with this Battle Royale. Okay. Already did that person. Might run out of road agent notes, potentially. I don't know. Anyway. What's his name? Trying not to say names now, because there's so many people that it will kind of, well, won't exactly give the result away, but it won't be great either. Okay, now it's just Graham. Gotta go on the pre-show though, because it's gonna absolutely bomb otherwise. What's our issue here? Alright, I can bring you guys back for a little bit. Sorry about the extended black screen. Alright, Monton has too much road agenting. Go for Gilmore there. And that solves our problem. Perfect. Okay. Let's just go a women's tag team match on the pre-show. Hit our females. Air Raid Siren teaming up with Debra Young to take on the Assassins. About 12 minutes on the pre-show there as well. Let's actually give Erin Gray the victory. Siren can lose, because I don't really want Debra losing, even though she still has morale issues, which is super frustrating, but it is what it is. Is that going to work? That's going to work. Perfect. There we go. Okay, black screen 1 second once again, and I'll just put Logan into the main event here real quick. You'll leave because I forgot, and if we don't, it'll more than likely be left off the show. There we go. Okay, we're back. That's pretty much the show. I mean, I don't really know what else to do. I mean, we're kind of at our time limit as well. It's 190 minutes, I think. Oh, it's probably 180 minutes, I guess. But 190 is probably in between. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. But let's do a quick save here. And boy, oh boy, here we go. Start the show. Alrighty, we start off with a 15-man Battle Royale for the #1 contendership for the Canadian title. And of course, we're about to go up to big size, so that Canadian title really does represent all of Canada. We get a 74 rating for our Battle Royale here. And we have Yuta Asono winning the Battle Royale in 1946. The other members of the Final Four were Tavon Blake Jr., Island Boy Apollo, and Gary Walker, with Tavon being the final elimination, and Tavon also getting the most eliminations over the course of the match. Very interesting stuff there. And our new #1 contender, Yuta Asono. Let's say the forgotten man. We brought him in so long ago, back when we were like, I think when we were pretty much insignificant size, like the smallest size possible. And yeah, I mean, he's come full circle. Now getting a decent little opportunity at our mid-card title. And then we have a 67 rated pre-show tag team match with our women here. We have the Assassins defeating Air Raid Siren and Debra Young in 12:27 when Erin Gray submitted Air Raid Siren with a guillotine choke. As always, love the Assassins. Big fan of Erin Gray. And she's going to move into a nice little feud, hopefully with Amber Allen. Alright, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the start of One Ring to rule them all. Okay, not bad. We start off with an 82 rated angle from the one and only Tommy Cornell. He did struggle when going off script, but basically he says that he's going to win his qualifying match against Storm Spillane, a former independent guy that Tommy, watched very closely throughout his career. And he's been very impressed by Storm's, not only his tag team career, but his singles career as well. That match also getting an 82. Much, much better than what it's been recently. So I really like that. Finally, Tommy has a good match. Alright, 82 rated. Tommy Cornell defeating Storm Spillane 8:26 by submission with a guilt trip after interference from Marvel Malloy. Marvel costing his former tag team partner, the American Cobra, getting involved, costing him an opportunity to qualify for the biggest tournament in the company as well. And of course, those two will face each other at Final Chapter. Yeah, 71 in ring from Tommy there. Good stuff. Alright, we then go, you got to expect it. It's the GOAT. A 100 rated angle from the GOAT himself, Davis Wayne Newton. Doing a masterful job improvising interactions with the crowd. How can you not love the GOAT? All you guys, just, if you're not going to leave a comment with some feedback and stuff like that, just put a comment down below. I want to see how many comments we can get of just GOAT. Capital G, capital O, capital A, capital T. I want to see some GOATs in the comments. This guy is... He was a revelation. He really was. And he still is. He's still a main eventer for us. Still a top-level guy. Just maybe being a little overshadowed these days. That's all you can really say about it. His match, though, is very unfortunate. And this one's gotten the lack of psychology penalty. I'm really hoping that all these matches that I've called that are only 8 minutes long are not going to get this penalty. I've got a really bad feeling seeing this one as well, especially because, these two have really good psychology. Probably better than most of the other guys in those other matches. So I don't understand. Anyway, we get a 75, which is, that is a false rating right there. Got a 95 from Davis, 87 there from Jackpot. There is no way that this would not be a 90+ rated match. There is no way on this earth. Anyway, we have Jackpot Jordan defeating Davis Wayne Newton in 7:40 by pinfall with a cash in. Jackpot winning and going into the semifinals. All right, we then go into a 94 rated angle, this one from David Stone. And of course, he enjoyed having the freedom to go off script, so doing really well as well for himself. Again, getting those tips on the microphone from Angry Gilmore. 94, yeah, that's about what I'd expect from David by himself. He's still developing. Let's just say that. It's crazy to think that he is actually still developing and he's already this damn good. His match, luckily, actually doing really well. We get an 88 rated match here for the second first round match. We have David Stone defeating Mutant in 8-11 by pinfall with a stone cutter, following interference from Aussie Darkstein. Aussie costing Mutant the match. Of course, we have the fractures in the darkness. Aldous Blackfriar was at ringside, sort of in Mutant's corner. And, yeah, Aldous, the leader of Forces of Darkness, is not going to be happy with his boy, Aussie Darkstein. Let's just say that. We have David Stone moving into the semi-finals. Very solid 88, though. Real good stuff from Mutant there. Very impressed. Considering his popularity is only, I think, 71. So, very good stuff. Okay, we then go into an 87 rated angle from Giant Brody. And remember, this is only 6 minutes long as well. So I'm wondering if that might have even been slightly higher, given an extra 2 minutes on it potentially. And yeah, didn't actually get a positive or a bonus there from being off script. So kind of neutral. Still getting an 87, only 74 popularity. He's got the talent. He's definitely got the talent, Giant Brody. And he basically says that he's going to win. He's going to beat Maddie Faith in his first round match. Sorry, Mobstar. This one doesn't do as well as I thought it would. I guess Brody's maybe not as good in the ring as someone like Mutant is. So we get a 75. A little bit on the low side, but again, it's okay. It's Brody. Brody's still a work in progress. He's still only an upper mid-carder. I was hoping that this would be the tournament to get him up there into that main event level, but we might have to do a little bit more work. Anyway, we got Mobstar defeating Giant Brody in 8:02 by pinfall with a flattener DDT. 92 in-ring there from Mobstar. Pretty happy that I put him in the final there. It's going to be real good for him, taking on Jackpot. That has to be a good match. I'll be so sad if that gets under a 90, man. I might even cry. I might even cry. Anyway, we move on to a 100 rated Maddie Faith angle. And I mean, I've been making a lot of comparisons between him and Jay White recently. I think at the moment, Jay White is my favorite wrestler in the entire world. I think not only his promo skills, but his wrestling ability and the way that he's able to I don't know, I guess it would be psychology. His in-ring psychology seems to be just outstanding. The way he paces a match, in obviously being in New Japan, it's always going to be fairly good, those high level matches. And Jay White, like I said, I see a very similar comparison. It's kind of the character that I want Maddie Faith to go with. Sort of that overlooked, underutilized, but wants to really get back. And is going to take out some vengeance on whoever kind of stands in his way. And he gets a 100 without a bonus from the script there either. So real good stuff there from Maddie Faith. His match against Tommy, again, a little bit lackluster, but you know what? It's okay. It's only 8 minutes long. It's only 8. Gave it 10. Who knows? Could be a whole nother world. Also, this was called. Might be different if we script these matches. Because again, Maddie Faith only has 73 psychology. But we do get a 75 rating for this match. And we have Maddie Faith defeating the legendary Tommy Cornell in the first round of One Ring to Rule Them All in 7:43 by pinfall with a leap of faith. Everybody's got to start taking Maddie Faith seriously again. And yeah, Maddie with a 91 in-ring. So similar level of performance to Mobstar there as well. Alrighty, we then go into the women's angle. We get a 74 rating for this one, which is a little bit on the low side, but again, we're not actually using Amber Allen in this one. So we've got Laura Flame and, of course, her boyfriend, Doc Hammond. And they kind of run into Erin Gray, and we kind of see them all talking backstage. And Laura kind of, she looks like she's up to her shenanigans again. And by shenanigans, we all know what happened the last time. She stole the title out of Doc's office, and then, of course, Doc getting involved, essentially handing the victory for the title to Laura Flame originally. And yeah, could Erin Gray be getting involved? Highly probable. Laura's performance was good, she improvised well, and Erin worked the crowd well, using the freedom to improvise to her advantage as well. So, very happy with that. And Erin's going to have a nice, big test, shall we say. All right, the women's title match, getting us an 82 rating. Very impressive. And we do indeed have Laura Flame once again defeating Amber Allen in 12:21 by pinfall with a flame fire kick following interference from Erin Gray. Laura Flame makes defense number 2 of the CWC women's title. Great match. We've got an 86 in-ring for Amber, 76 there for Laura, but hopefully with this victory, because I didn't keep Amber strong, I'm hoping with this, Amber might lose a little bit of popularity, so back down maybe to 79, 78, but I'm hoping Laura will get that boost up to that 78, sort of 80 level, and then hopefully they'll be on level footings, and then we'll have another match between the two, and we'll get an even better rating, perhaps. Maybe even a nice little stipulation, maybe no DQ or something like that. Could be pretty cool. Anyway, we then go into a 96 rated angle from Mobstar. Basically, he's saying that he's going to come back and win. He's going to win one ring to rule them all. He's going to win at Final Chapter. Take back his unified world title from the only man that beat him. Logan beat him for the title originally many months ago now. And Mobstar, he wants his belt back. He says enough is enough. Time's up. My time is now. We go into his match. And again, this so frustrating. I really dislike this psychology penalty, man. I really dislike it. I feel like it's almost ruining the game in a small aspect. A very small aspect. I don't want to whinge too much and, cry and carry on. But this match should not be a 75. I know I probably should have scripted it. But these guys, they're both in the 80s for psychology. It doesn't really make sense that they wouldn't be able to call a match. 8-minute match. They're going to be able to call for 8 minutes. Anyway, 75. It is what it is. We have Mobstar defeating David Stone in 7:48 by pinfall with a flattener DDT. 92 in-ring for Mobstar. 88 for David. By my calculations, you meet in the middle. That should be getting a 90. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what else to say. Let's just move on to a 100 rated angle from Jackpot Jordan, working the crowd well. And he says, tonight is the night. He wants to win the tournament, get the money that comes with winning the tournament. And then, of course, he wants to be the Unified World Champion because, well, everybody knows the champions, and of course, being the world champion, the Unified World Champion, they make the most money. Look at Logan's wages. Tells a story in itself. Jackpot wants to be on that type of income, and he, being the leader of Wall Street Enterprises, is gonna try and do just that. All right, that's a little bit better. I don't mind that. We get an 85, which is kind of my minimum level that I like my higher level matches to get. We do have Jackpot Jordan defeating Maddie Faith in 7:59 by pinfall with a cash in. Now, let me say something. Red Agent notes. Match to be called in the ring. We got a penalty for Jackpot before in his first round match for psychology. Maddie Faith has 73 psychology, We did not get a psychology penalty in this match, and it was still called. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't seem like there's any consistency with these psychology penalties. It's like if the match is supposed to be so good, a highly 95 sort of rated match, it looks like the game is just penalizing me for these workers not having 90 plus psychology. That's what it seems like, and I don't understand it really, and I don't really like it either. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, so the segment rate was capped due to the short match length, which is perfectly fine. I'm not really too worried. These matches don't really matter too much, but I wanted to see them do well. That's what I'm trying to say. Obviously, we scripted the main event, so hopefully, knowing the game, we're probably going to get another psychology penalty there as well. Just the way things go sometimes. Anyway, we move into the tag team title match. Very impressive, very, very solid 79 rated tag team title match here. And we have the Texas Express defeating Young and Wasted in 12:38 when Cooper Christie pinned Brett Kyle with a top rope elbow drop. During the match, we also saw Tavon Blake Jr. run in and attack Kyle and also attack Norton. The Texas Express win the CWC Coalition Tag Team titles. New champions. There we go. Young and Wasted are going to be pissed. Yeah. The Jackson Protection Agency holding 2 sets of belts now. They got the Canadian title, and now they have the tag team titles as well. The sky's the limit for that stable, really. All right, here we go. The pre-main event angle getting us a 99 there. Unfortunately, Mobstar just struggling without a script to follow in this one. Otherwise, it would have been a 100. And of course, Jackpot doing what he does best. He's real good on the microphone, doing a masterful job improvising interactions. And again, these two just going back and forth. Who's going to win? I'm going to win. No, I'm going to win. No, you're not going to win. I'm going to win. Simple stuff, back and forth. The fact that it goes for 8 minutes, let's just pretend that there's highlight packages for the first round matches, the semi-final matches. We get like a tail of the tape. All these different things are all going to be sort of included in this 8-minute angle. So yeah, it's kind of the lead-in, shall we say, to the actual match itself. And here we go. It has to do well. It really has to do well. I've been hyping this up, not only to you guys, but I've literally been hyping this up inside myself for the last week and a half. Has to do well, man. It really does. Come on. Yes, okay. That's pretty good. It's not amazing, but I'm very, very happy with that. Get a 94 rated main event for One Ring to rule them all. And we have Jackpot Jordan defeating Mobstar in 2004 by pinfall with a cash-in following interference from Jack Jackson. During the match, we also had Devon Blake Jr. run in and attack Mobstar. Jackpot Jordan wins the CWC One Ring to rule them all title. He wins the ring, and he owns the ring, if you know what I mean. The new #1 contender for the Unified World title. And now we know it was indeed Jackpot Jordan who put out the contract to the protection agency. And as you can see, he wins following interference from Jack Jackson. You have to say, Mobstar's going to be pretty pissed off with the protection agency following this as well. Of course, Tavon getting involved. And we're gonna build towards a match between Jack and Mobstar at Final Chapter as well. And then hopefully either next episode or the episode after, we'll have Tavon Blake Jr. go up against Mobstar on TV as well. It will be a very enticing match as well. Maybe even a main event level match, potentially. Anyway, got a 91 in ring there from Mobstar and a solid 88 there. I think that's maybe Jackpot's highest in-ring performance he can get, I think. It might depend on popularity and stuff like that. But yeah, really happy with Jackpot winning there. And of course, you know, he already had the money. So he was happy to pay the Jackson Protection Agency to essentially guarantee him the win in the final. That was the premise behind his contract with them. Basically, they said to him, you make it to the final, and then we'll get you the win. We'll make you the One Ring to Rule Them All holder, and you will go into final chapter. And he did just that, and Jackson backed it up pretty well as well. All right, we finished the show. Lovely to see a 94 there. Really good. I mean, obviously, we had a lot of good angles. We had some good matches. I mean, the 88 there for David and Mutant's very good. The 82 for the women is very impressive. Storm versus Tommy getting an 82 as well. Pretty happy with those. And then, of course, we had the 85 for Jackpot and Maddie. Again, it's about what I expect for those level of guys. And then a very, very solid 94 for our main event. Anyway, we've got a lot of praising to do. We've got Graham Gorman, because he's furious, is going to have probably big morale issues now as well. We're going to go Debra Young, because we want to get rid of her morale issues, so she'll stop getting that penalty during her matches. And then finally, I don't know who else. Turk Treneman. I think Turk has some morale issues. I think he does. I might be mistaken, but I think he does. Either way, we'll congratulate him or praise him for actually winning tag team titles there as well. Oh, what a pay-per-view, eh? I mean, I know I complained a lot about the psychology penalties, but it's something it's like one of the only things that I dislike about this damn game. I love this game so much, but it's just that. All right, there we go. CWC enter warming up phase. Canadian Wrestling Coalition have entered a 1-month warming up period after achieving big size. The company's shows do not qualify for area battles during this phase. So we've got 1 month. We've literally got 1 month, and then we're in national battles, I should say. I was about to say regional, but we're going national. And then we have it. The Canadian Wrestling Coalition have risen to big size. And also been given an extra user talent point for completing 50 successful shows. Okay. Also, Primetime Jack Pride has been hired by Black Maple somehow. I'm guessing that's because he's no longer actually officially contracted to us. And of course, we have the I guess we're at war. So now Jack Pride is potentially wrestling for 2 different companies, which is actually really, really good. Okay, what are our viewing figures? We've got a 5.02 TV rating for our own broadcaster. That is insane. 3.77 million. Oh. Oh no. We got 0 buys on pay-per-view. I'm guessing with the last update, they've changed some things. I guess we can no longer put it onto our own broadcaster for our pay-per-views from now on. Oh, that's a yikes, that one, because we're going to miss out on a fair chunk of money there. I was wondering why that was so high. Because usually it's only around like a 3 point something, isn't it? I can't remember 100%, but anyway. Okay, so we've got Robbie Griffin. They have actually offered him new contract offers now. Although, we're still in the running. They're actually not giving him a bonus, which I didn't realize. And we're giving him a 20% bonus. Don't know why I did that. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we're winning the battle. And I do want him in our tag division. So there we go. Okay. Rightio. Let me just quickly delete all these. We want to keep this one in here just so I don't forget to sign Mark as well. And yeah, there we go. CWC rising fast as well. Apparently we're going on a planned spending spree. Okay, interesting. I mean, to be fair, we will be going on a spending spree. We're gonna sign some people, but first I want to see Casey Glenn, the man that I've wanted for so long. We have 2 months left to go. So as far as a spending spree goes, we're going to be spending big for him. 33 years old, peak of his damn career, and the dude is 99 star quality. I mean, with his star quality, I don't actually know what we're going to do with Zach Powerson. Because Zach is only like 90 star quality, I think. Got obviously a lot better charisma, but kind of wondering if do we just make Casey Glenn our figurehead, our ace of our company? It's a possibility. I mean, the matches between him, Aldous, Logan, Mobstar, Davis, they're all going to be... I mean, saying all those matches out loud, I feel like every single one of those matches should probably get a 100, in my opinion. Which is insane. Anyway, let's have a look at the size. We did finally get it. We're up to 89 popularity in Quebec. Still at 90 in Ontario. Up to 88. Well, I think we're still at 88. I think we were already there in Manitoba. 81 in Saskatchewan. And, of course, the other regions. Lacking behind a little bit. Slightly. And there is Graham's big morale issues. Yikes. It's another yikes, that one. Anyway. One ring to rule them all, up to an 87 prestige now as well. That's, oh my, look at how many. I went up 13 prestige points. Wow. Okay, so yeah, there's Jackpot Jordan, the second ever winner. And of course, as a result of that, he won't be able to compete in the next tournament. And yeah, 76 still for the world title. Anyway, we had a few other things I wanted to do. So, let me do this first of all. Let's search. Actually, I should probably go to my shortlist. I think I did shortlist both of them. I just need to find my shortlist now in the buttons. I feel like I always miss it. It's standing out to me a lot. I can just go like this, can't I? Yeah, there we go. Always forget that that's the button to use. Okay, so let's tweak this a little bit more. We need to go, let's go gender male, nationality, Japanese. All right, so our first signing is going to be Sumoyuki Samora. Looks pretty nice. Currently working for EX 2010. Only 26 years old. Real good. He's real good. 73 star quality. Really good charisma there. Can speak on the microphone. So once he obviously learns English, he'll be good to go. More of a high flyer than anything else, but got good technical, good fundamentals, good psychology, good stamina as well. Everything's looking pretty good with this guy. So I'm happy. Apparently he's a deathmatch wrestler, but obviously he's not really. So, yeah. So he's going to be the first one we try and get in here. 15k, of course, for our 10-year contract. Okay. Got to take house shows out of the equation. We don't do house shows anyway, so that doesn't matter. There's his deal. And then we're going to get his tag team partner. He is actually in a tag team with this guy here, Dial K for Katani. I don't know if I really like the Dial K for Katani. So we might actually rename him to Toshiaka Katani, which is his real name. And I think that'll fit us a little bit better. As you can see, they're called the Amazing Bandits. 100 experience, really good. He's unemployed, which is strange, because he obviously left EX 2010, but I like the guy as well. So first things first, we need to talk to him. Ask him to come work in Canada, which he accepts, which is great. Go back in, sign him up. Again, same deal, 15k. No travel cover. And he's slightly worse than Sumoyuki. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but it's another Japanese tag team, 100 experience. Obviously, they don't have any popularity, but you know, that's something just for us to work on. So we'll take the project and we shall run with it. But here's his skills. Again, slightly worse. A little bit better on the technical side, but worse star quality, worse charisma, worse basics, worse psychology. Stamina's about the same. Other fundamentals, apart from basics, is also about the same. And again, he's also the same age. So, there we go. Yeah, really cool stuff there. Who's this guy? I didn't look at him before, but I'm looking at him now. I quite like him. Tokyo Line. Apparently he's already on my shortlist. I didn't even know. Alright, there we go. So there's our 2 next signings. Let's advance one day. We've got a little bit more stuff to do as well. I know we're an hour and 7 minutes in now. But I want to try and set up a developmental partnership with either QAW or Winnow. I kind of want to do Winnow, purely for the fact that I looked at their roster before I started the recording, and they have no Gaijin workers. They have no foreign workers at all. So I feel like it would be the perfect environment, basically, for our women to come in and to... Oh my god. Imagine. Oh my god. I mean, we have to do it. I don't know what to do. The good thing is, I don't actually have to do anything. You guys need to tell me what to do in this scenario. Aaron freaking Knight. He is Mr. CWA. 100 popularity in Quebec, 100 popularity in Ontario, and the dude can go. I would say arguably better than Logan Wolfsbane. I think he is, personally. The fundamentals, the 91 psychology there as well. On the mic, absolute god. And 85 stamina in there as well. It's going to be expensive, though. 60% merchandise cut as well. Holy hell. This could be like upwards of like a $400,000 to $500,000 contract. You kind of got to ask myself the question. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Leave a comment down below. Give me your thoughts on the signing, yes or no. Obviously, it's an incredible signing, but think about it from a financial aspect as well. That's also another 400, potentially 1,000 that we won't be gaining every month. And if we keep signing these big guys and we keep getting the biggest workers, there's probably going to come a point in time where we might not be making a profit. And I don't really want that to happen. So, Aaron freaking Knight. Oh, I can't believe it. Anyway, luckily, like I said, we can leave this for you guys. We'll leave it for the next episode. And then look at that. We got Wolf Hawkins as well. Luckily, he's 38. So, he's not even in time decline, though. Oh, man. How much is Wolf going for? Look at his popularity in the US. Insane. And he's 94 in Ontario. Look at that, man. Look at that technical. Look at that brawling. Oh. It's the thing. We're big size now, so we can actually go in and try and sign these guys. And look, Tommy and Wolf, oh, it's a match made in heaven. It's a match made in heaven. Pretty sure Wolf is the protege of Tommy Cornell. I'm fairly certain he is. Damn! He's nearly at 400,000. Already. So he's well going to kind of go for 500k for us if we want to sign him. Wow. And I think we'd only get him on a 3-year deal probably, because 41 years old, we don't really want to be paying a 41-year-old $500,000 a month. How long's their contract? 2 years. See, I reckon 2 years is probably a similar option. But, dude, if we signed him, we could bring back the Syndicate. Oh, and I was talking in the comments of the last episode about turning Tommy Cornell heel as well, and having like a sort of him bringing in like a Bullet Club stable. The Syndicate is a ready-made stable for both Wolf and for Tommy. I mean, the Syndicate could basically be the ownership group behind the coalition, which was what the plan was for Tommy Cornell down the line once he retired anyway. It'd essentially be like the Authority. Oh, dude. 2 ridiculous signings. Oh, okay. Wow. Exodus have actually put in an offer, an exclusive written contract, so we're going to have to actually go in for Sumoyuki. We're going to have to go in pretty hard, I guess, but it is only EX 2010, so they're nothing too serious, but we'll have to sort that out in the next episode, because probably shouldn't have got rid of that. Damn it. I'm gonna need to remember. Anyway, we got Zen here. What's wrong with Zen? I mean, they fell down to small size, but does it matter? Very interesting about New Zealand here. You only need to get up to 65 popularity in order to go up to medium. You don't need any other popularity. Of course, New Zealand is its own company, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Anyway, enough about that. We have to get into this developmental stuff. Really, I need to actually write it down. Contract negotiations with Sumoyuki. Okay, there we go. It's there. If I forget, I'm an absolute moron. Anyway. Also, we're the 5th biggest company in the world now. I think we were already up there from last episode, but to now be big as well, pretty perfect. 100% momentum, 91 prestige, and of course we are officially starting the road to final chapter from next episode. So that's great. Now this is what I was talking about, the finances. So we lost out on 1.3 million profit. Just then. Well, actually, that's a bit of a lie. We lost out on about 700, probably about another 700,000. So we would have made maybe 1.2 million there, somewhere around that level. As you can see by the worker costs, Tommy Cornell probably shouldn't have signed him for that long. Let's be real. Should have signed him for maybe a shorter contract. And I guess hoped and prayed that his price would go down once he retires. Obviously, that's not going to happen. And we're kind of stuck with him on 280,000 per month, which is not great. And that's a damn expensive road agent, even though he is essentially the best road agent you could probably get in the game. and a very, very good sort of authority figure, 280k could have been better spent on guys like Aaron Knight and Wolf Hawkins as well. Anyway, without Wolf Hawkins, the whole syndicate plan might not even come to fruition. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, developmental relationships. We need to negotiate. Don't really see. I want to get back onto a level playing field with Black Maple. However, I don't want to offer them a cash boost because I want to try and like buy their company out, basically. And if we have a quick look at Black Maple before we go into it, they're at 260,000. But then again, I did give them all that money back in the day. Still only at 20 popularity. And I feel like actually getting Black Maple as a developmental company would be kind of a perfect place to send our workers, because they've got great talent. Would be a bit of a drain on the finances as well, but you know what? Perfectly fine. Actually, mentioning the finances again, we would have actually made more pay-per-view revenue. We would have made more because there would have been more viewers, and we've now got the big Canadian deal, and we've got the big Mexican coverage deal as well. So we would have made even more money than the extra 700,000 that I was talking about there. A little bit frustrated with the whole network thing. I wish I knew that before the thing. Anyway, what do I want to use my my point on? I'm kind of thinking negotiating. Purely for the fact that we're about to go in and try and sign a lot of workers. So for that reason and that reason alone, we're going up to 7 negotiating as well. We also have production penalties as well, which I didn't really think about either. And it is literally CWA. So, yeah, majestic and large. Okay. We have to go up 2 levels, production, and 2 levels for live event as well. Okay, well, we've got a lot of different things we need to do next episode, but let's finish this episode off with our developmental deal. I think Winnow, like I said, it kind of seems like the better option. I'm not sure if they have to pay for developmental workers, but basically this could potentially help them out and allow them to grow as a company. Also, I believe, let's have a look real quick. I know I haven't set up the deal just yet. Before we do anything, it's always good to check, because I've done that in the past with the pay-per-view deals and TV deals and stuff like that, and it's, you know, bit me in the backside pretty bad. So their size, 13 in Kansai at the moment. They've got just under 50,000. Insignificant size. Their titles are pretty cool. They've got the Dynamic Duo, which is the tag team, Shooting Star, which is the mid-card, and then the True Heart Champion. Well, go into here. I want to have a look at their events. So, yes, they are a touring company, which is exactly what I want for our women. Reason behind that is, look how many damn shows they run per year. A massive amount. A massive, massive amount. And of course, that means that our women are going to, more or less, be wrestling that much for that long. So that's pretty cool. And hopefully it'll really accelerate the growth level for our women down in the dev. So yeah, let's set that up right now. I really like the look of that. Very, very solid. We could go for QAW, who obviously have a TV deal and pay-per-views themselves. But then we'd essentially be helping out, I guess, a direct competitor, albeit probably not a direct competitor. But then at the same time, now that I think about it, QAW have TV deals with coverage in America and Canada as well. So therefore, our women would actually be gaining popularity while being there. I knew this was going to be a tough decision, but I didn't think my mind was going to be working this much. All right, let's have a quick look at QAW. All right, so they're only small? No. Wait, what? Why are they small? They have no limits on their size, but they're small. I guess because they don't have 59 popularity in their home region? Wow, that's so strange. How do they not have 59 popularity in Mid-South? I mean, they've got 21 million. They've got more money than we do. And they've got I would assume, a pretty incredible roster. Let's have a look at their major stars. They only have Pinky Perez as a major star. I mean, she's absolutely incredible, so it doesn't really matter. She's also the world champion. But as you can see, she's very over. She's actually very over in Ontario. So welcome to the shortlist, Pinky Perez. Get back into the roster real quick. Let's go down to stars. I want to see who they've got in here. So Cherry Bomb, who is the commissioner, I guess. A bit of a personality. Farrah Hesketh as well. And they're both non-wrestlers. Very strange. We've got Jillian Jarvis, who's now 39. So she's getting on a bit. Guana Hurricane. Again, similar sort of thing. And then Vinnie Cruz, who's just a manager as well. I mean, I don't know. It seems very strange that they're not really doing too well. Very strange to me. Like they were losing popularity. But I don't really understand why or how. See, like they've got a 76 rated match there. If they put it as the main event, it would have boosted this show way up. Same as this one. I don't understand why the AI is doing that, to be honest. Again, like all these Pinky Perez matches should be in the main event. It's every show, basically. I mean, this one, luckily, I mean, 71 and only got a 56. I mean, that got a 78, 63, so it's still not really enough. I think I'm gonna go with Winnow. They haven't really done enough to impress me there. That they would actually get our women some decent popularity, and I think at this stage, I mean, I can get them popularity myself. So I kind of just want them to be working on their skills and their ability. So Winnow it is. Japanese women's wrestling. Alright, propose that they accept developmental workers. Really? They have declined your offer as they don't feel that being a developmental system for a non-Japanese company would benefit them. I disagree. Have a look at 5-star. They've got... should we just go friendly? Cash boost? Let's give him 100k. They declined to take 100k? What? I don't get that. I don't see why they would decline money. I'm very confused. Anyway, yeah, let's just leave that there. This episode's getting pretty long now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please, if you haven't already, smash a like on the video. Really do appreciate it. It helps the video find more people as well. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on. Really does mean a lot to me as well. We're getting very close to 1,700 subscribers, which is really cool. Getting ever so close to that 2K mark, which has been a goal of mine for a very, very long time. For about, I want to say probably about 8 or 9 years. I think that was probably when I started my YouTube channel. Very long time ago. I was very young. And obviously now I'm quite old. Anyway, apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next episode. Road to Final Chapter.